because we give them the credit. They did. They played hard. They made plays when they needed to. I give them the credit, and so I want to start that off. Number two, I just didn't think we went through some laws there where we, against a tough team, and they were playing with confidence. When you let them get their head up and do that, and you're making mistakes, it just snowballs. And so I thought we had way too many guys trying to make plays on their own, and that's something that's not necessarily the way we're built. We got to move the basketball and get some angles and drive. I didn't see enough of that tonight, and they do a really good job of plugging the gaps. And we also shot 33s, and we had a size advantage. I guarantee I'll look back at the film every time we threw it inside. Something very good happened. Either score, foul, free throws. We didn't do enough of that. We were shooting a lot of threes. Now you can take away a couple of those towards the end of the game that were forced shots, but that's still too many for us to be taken. You got to know how to win the game. And I thought we didn't play a very good basketball IQ game.
What are some positives that you can take from the game tonight, being the first game with so many of these new guys together?
Yeah, it's hard. I thought the freshmen, even though David Thomas didn't play like I think he's capable of, I thought Anthony Bernard gave us some good minutes. Jake Davis just continues to get better and better, so I was happy with them, the way they played. I thought Alex Holt played well. He probably deserved some more minutes. And so that's what, when you get a brand new team and there's, 8 new guys, it happens. When you get in, you can do all the summer work and the preseason and everything's good, but when you start playing against other teams, when it starts to count, that's when you gotta kind of figure out, all right, who's who can do it and who can't. And so I can't play 13 guys, and that's what's hard about it. So we got to figure out who's going to do it, and that's part of our learning and their learning together.
Rebounding in the second half
Yeah.
was very much better than the first. Was that an emphasis that you had talked about in the locker room during the break?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I thought we gave up some crucial offensive rebounds late in the game, where we cut it to 5, and then we make them force a bad shot, and then 2 times in a row, I think they get offensive rebounds, and now it turns into free throws instead of us going down the other way and getting an opportunity to score. So we did a better job, but not good enough the second
half. Have you been able to get any looks at Chicago State yet? What kind of challenges are you kind of expecting from them?
Yeah, we haven't yet this year, but the same coach is there. He does a very good job. He's going to have they got long, athletic guys that one of them we played against at Sanford. The Cardette kid, he's there, a good player. I think he was a top 100 kid coming out of high school. So he's 6'7", athletic, long, hard driver, hard playing. It's kind of how their whole team's built. So it's going to be a good challenge, and I'm looking forward to getting back up there and getting this taste out. But I'm also looking forward to the next few days in practice.
Obviously fired up from the loss. A lot of emotions for everybody.
Yeah.
What are the next couple practices going to look like to really hit the reset button?
Well, it's like, why are we not doing what we did in practice for the last month and a half or whatever it is, and that's where we've got to have, and we got good guys, so they're going to figure it out. I just think there were a lot of guys that just got caught up in I want to get mine, and that does not work when you're playing a team sport.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I have one. So, what are your expectations for Jalen McCurry after coming off last season as the leading scorer in the state of Georgia? I assume you have big expectations. Yeah,
I thought he was forcing a little bit. Like teams know he can play, and he's a good player. They're just not going to let him go out there and go free reign. And they've scouted him, and so he's got to be able to play the game the right way and not force it so much. I don't mind him being aggressive, but he's doing it when the ball hasn't moved. You know what I mean? And the defense hasn't moved, so it's easy just to, when you dribble up and you try to drive it in there when there's 3 or 4 people, know that that's what you're going to do without moving the defense. We just got to continue watching film and show him those things that he can improve on.
So what are some positive takeaways you can take from this game to build on to your next opponent?
Not too many. I wish there were more, but I think some of the freshmen played well. You know, and I thought I thought defensively, you know, they shoot for the game. That's not good enough. 47%. That's not good enough. You know, we've got to hold them to a much better or much lower percentage, and then we've got to know how to. If our threes aren't going, how else do we get points? You know, throw it inside, get into the free throw line, making your free throws.